Melbourne Pavilion. Both warriors have now entered the ring, and this is the main event of the evening. Melbourne Pavilion, let's make some noise. It's main event time. 12 by 3 in a round in the super middleweight division. They will be fighting for the WBC International Silver Super Middleweight title. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Isaiah Santos, with an official weight of 75.7 kilograms, wearing black trunks. A fight record of 27 fights, 22 wins, 2 draws, 19 ending by way of knockout. Representing Sao Paulo, Brazil, he is the current Brazilian national champion, Rogério Damasco. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Danny Kane, Carol Ford, and the team out of the Fighting Lions, an official weight of 75.5 kilograms, wearing the all-black trunks. Undefeated! 19 fights, 19 wins, 15 coming by way of knockout. Representing Melbourne, Australia, he's the WBC Youth World Champion, two-time WBO Oracle Champion, and the IBO World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Dynamo
Boys, for 12 rounds of boxing. Spoken in the dressing room, you know what I expect. Neutral corner here and the one behind me. No questions. Shake hands now, and at the start of the last round, may the best man win. Let's get it on. Okay.
Last instructions from James Boland, and the main event about to get underway. Bruce Eva with you, and I've been rejoined by Barry Michael. Baz, what a great night it's been. Capacity crowd and the atmosphere and everything now set for a grand finale.
Undoubtedly, Bruce, it's been a great night. I've been really happy with everything, and with the big main event coming up here, Zach Dunn and Rogério Damasco trying to put his hand out. Zach won't cop that. They've touched gloves at the centre of the ring, and Zach's not going to muck around here.
So Zach Dunn looking to be a perfect 20-0. And what an electric start to his career he has had. Damasco trying to get nice and busy early. The nerves would be jangling in both men.
Damasco, 19 big knockouts in 22 wins, and Zach Dunn 15 knockouts in 19 fights, his 20th professional fight tonight. You'd have to say this is not going the distance one way or another. We're not going to still
be here at the 12th round, Baz, I wouldn't have thought.
No, but Damasco opening up with both hands in the first round, but wait until Zach loosens up. He's been in the dressing room warming up for a long time, and
overhand right.
Oh, big overhand right. I really think that he probably started warming up too early because the main support went the full 10 round.
And another great night of boxing. You need to take all the credit again, Baz. I know you've got a big team behind you, but it's been another wonderful right hand.
It's over.
He's out in the first round. It's barely the ropes holding him up. He's trying to get up and
it's over. It's over.
The Dynamo strikes again. Zach Dunn with a brutal first round knockout.
Wow.
Rogério Damasco doesn't know whether he's in Rio de Janeiro or Rottnest Island.
What a bomb. What a bomb. Oh, well, let's see that in slow-mo. Was that a bomb or what? Zach Dunn, here we are. Watch this. Watch this. Bang!
Left side of the jaw, and he was out. It was really only the ropes that kept him from being knocked clear out of the ring. His first round stoppage since October 2012, and Zach Dunn improves to 20-0 with 16 knockouts.
What a knockout. What an overhand right. I did say to someone, if Zach hits him with the overhand right in the first round, it's all over. He's dynamite. Zach Dunn.
We've taken the stool across to Damasco. We're seeing multiple replays here at the venue, as well as at home on Channel 31 and on Star Sports over in North America. And Joe Guadalia would be wanting this man to come back to America pretty quickly on the back of that performance, Baz.
Well, I think we're going back maybe to fight a big fight on the 18th of May, I think it is. Hopefully at the big venue in New York,
Madison Square Garden.
The Barclays Centre.
Oh, Barclays Centre.
Yeah.
Well, that's for another time. Here we're still focusing on what has been a spectacular, an exclamation mark to end a massive night of boxing. And Rogério Damasco, he still doesn't know what hit him. Well, he can go back to the dressing room and have a look at the replay as well. It was an enormous right hand from Zach Dunn.
Unbelievable knockout. Unbelievable. You know,
It
anyone
just
who
electrified the crowd here, Barry.
anyone who had got hit with that would have been out cold. That was a bomb. But what a finish for the night, Bruce.
Wow. There's not much else you can say, but wow. That is why professional boxing, it will never die.
It will never die.
Let's have a look at this replay one more time. You'll see this punch a lot over the next 48 hours. It's a massive weekend of sport in Australia, but we have got a rising star.
Bang.
And Rogério Damasco, well-credentialed Brazilian. It's a big year for Brazilian sport, being an Olympic year, but that is just a spectacular finish by our young star, Zach Dunn.
How many seconds into the first round was it?
We'll get that from John Dimicoli very shortly, our ring announcer.
Incredible. No, he's a dynamite fighter, Zach Dunn. He really is. The most exciting prospect in Australian boxing at the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and 16 seconds in the very first round. This fight ended, declaring a winner by devastating knockout and new WBC International Silver Super Middleweight Champion, Zach Dynamo Dunn!
Well, WBC International Silver Champion, the Super Middleweight Champion, Zach Dunn has got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it's good to win. Good to finally jump back onto WBC again. You know, it was a good win tonight. You know, Rogério had a lot of power in it. Had a lot of power in his punches, but I was thinking early, and I saw cracks in his defence, and yeah, I took him out with the overhand right.
I know Rogério pretty well. I've worked his fights previously. I know he's got a lot of pop as well. Did you feel any of his power?
Lucky, you know, he tried to swing him earlier, and I caught him on my gloves, but I could feel the power behind him.
Zach, around this time last year when you upended BB Berisol, it really all... Berisol.
Baby Bebrico.
That's the one. We got the same bloke. It really all started for you there, you know, because he was a highly ranked fighter. You got into the rankings, you worked up from there, then you went on to win the IBO World Super Middleweight title. Now you've gone into the WBC and you're highly rated with the WBC and the WBA. And of course, Derek Finlay was a hard ask after Max Bursak. I mean, Bursak was a real test. Finlay was equally as good a test in out of your own comfort zone in New York. But now you've come back home to fight. So what next for you?
Later in the year, I want to WBA. I want to either go to Italy and take the WBA world title off Giovanni De Corrales, or the WBC world title against Badou Jack.
Some good fights there. Realistically, I mean, you'd have to back yourself. I mean, you're a confident young man. You've done a lot of travel as an amateur, so that's really put you in good stead to travel as a professional.
Yeah, I've done my apprenticeship, and I've worked my way up in the ranks in the professional game, and you know, with the right trainer behind me, Danny Kay, and the right people behind me, I believe I can mix it in there with the best and put on an exciting show doing so.
What to now, Zach? You're going to have a bit of a break for a short time. 2016 will probably bring some very, very good things for you. You want to get straight back into it, or do you want to have a little bit of a break and then just take your time?
No, well, it's still early in the year, and this round, this fight, you know, ended early, so I can get straight back in the gym pretty early and make some noise later in the year.
Is there any talk of any particular opponent up next that you've been negotiating with to work with?
I'm not too sure who they want for my next opponent, but possibly at Mandalay Bay in America.
I've seen a lot of fighters managed and run by their fathers. Often doesn't work. I know you, I know your dad, I know your grandfather. I've known him for 100 years, and really are a great team. You know, your dad's your best supporter. He's your biggest and best supporter. I mean, you do this for the family. I know you don't just do it for Zach Dunn, but you do it for the family as well.
Yeah, you know, it's of course we do everything for our family, and it's good having the support of the family behind me, and it makes things easier in my boxing and in my life.
What about some of the other super middleweights here in Australia? There's a lot of talk of fights. Talapau, maybe, Rowan Murdoch, to name a couple. None of them have come to fruition. Are you above all of that now, where you just want to go and look at international opponents and someone that's going to really give you a big challenge?
Well, yeah, like I want to bring home a world title back to Australia. Like we haven't had one for a little bit now, like one of the major ones. So I'll bring one of them back and make some noise over back in Australia.
Well, I guess most of, not only here in Melbourne at the Pavilion tonight, but most of Melbourne and most of Australia are along with you on this journey. We've got Lucas Brown going to fight for the World Heavyweight title in Grozny next week, and we're all going to be behind him. Maybe we can have Zach Dunn a little bit later on in the year going to fight for the coveted WBC or the WBA World Championship, and I'm quite sure you've got all of Australia behind you.
Yeah, it's amazing having Australia behind me, and I look at bringing on more exciting shows for Australia.
Well, you've got another quality championship regional title, the international silver title. It's not a Mickey Mouse title. It's a great belt. Wear it with pride because you've earned it. And Zach Dunn, we wish you all the best for the next of the year. There he is, the current WBC International Super Middleweight Champion. A young guy who really has it all in front of him. Give him a big hand, everyone. And John Demicoli, our Master of Ceremonies tonight. By golly, what a good night.
It was a fantastic night. We're about to shut it up, so thank you, Brad Vicali. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Barry Michael and the entire team at TV Ringside, we thank you so much for taking the time out to coming down to the Melbourne Pavilion. To the winners, congratulations. To our champions, well done. And to the man to my right, Zach Dunn. We can't wait to see what the future holds. John Demicoli signing out. Have a great day, have a great night, and we'll see you next time here at TV Ringside, right here in Centering.